In the city, this dad had to fight to survive. One dad, one child, one park. But this time, he wasn't the only parent at the park. This summer, starring Nicky Mundo, Nicky Mundo is. Surviving dad at the park. We're live here, folks. Let's talk about it. We're talking about the park. Going to the park with your kids and the shit that you see at the park. It's mind-blowing what I see at the park every time I go there. If anybody that's got kids, nephews, nieces, anybody that they've ever been to a regular park when they're there with kids, a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. I put something up on my story the other day about the experiences at the park. I was going to make a video. Well, this is it. This is the video. We went to the park the other day, and the behavior of other parents at the park sometimes it's mind-blowing. I don't understand the level of comfortableness that parents have when their kids are at the park. And I don't know if it's just me, but like we talk about being comfortable, like just comfortable enough like to let your kid roam and not pay attention type of comfortable. Not, okay, my kid's strong enough, he's going to jump on the bars, he's going to go down the slide, he might get hurt type of shit. Because like I'm the guy as a parent that like I follow my kid. He has a good time, but like he jumps over to an opening that has no slide, no nothing. It's just open and he could just fall off and break his neck. I'm like, oh. I'm like, hey, turn around. I'm bouncing back and forth. I'm helping other kids. If another kid comes off, I'm like, oh, hey, easy, bud. Hey. I'm that guy that is aware. I don't want to see a kid die at the park. I don't want to see a kid hit his head, break a limb. But some of these parents, man, like, they're like hidden over on the bench and they're just like, just on the fucking phone. And I'm not saying I'm not on my phone, but I'm up. I'm standing. I'm rarely sitting down when I'm at the park. I mean, I've had it where I was chasing my son because he was trying to go up, and this was a tower park, so it's nerve-wracking. So I had to go down because tall slide, no barriers. He's reaching out, doing that. He could fall. And he started going, and another parent sees me like, oh yeah. And my son's trying to play with his son, and he's about to fall through the opening. And as I'm trying to chase my son, this guy's kid comes up to an opening, almost falls through the thing. I was like, oh, easy, bud, easy. So I saved the kid, and the dad, nothing. No, like, oh, hey, thanks, or hey, I appreciate it. Little cap, tap, little head, nothing. As I'm doing this to get my son, I'm still trying to get my kid so he doesn't get hurt. I'm saving kids. No one else is doing this. I hit my fucking head on like I'm like trying to go down. It's like fucking Super Mario Brothers trying to go underneath the bridges. I bang my head. He's going on like one of those little bridges that has, you could fall through the whole thing. So it's like a lot going on. That's just one experience. It's just other parents just don't seem to care, I guess. And I don't know if they're careless or they just don't care or if it's just how they teach. I don't know. But it's honestly like it just bothers me. It bothers me. And I'm not saying all parents like this. I met a parent the other day, really, really cool. She was there with her kid. The kid was running up, talking. John Huck and him were talking. She was pregnant. She had a 2-year-old. She was waiting for her other daughter to show up, get dropped off. John Huck was talking. She's like, oh, you should join this track stuff. Man, he's running around. So we're talking. It's just you, at least in my area, I know when we go to certain parks what I'm in for. And this certain park has the small one with the kids. He can run around. It's a great one. As you walk up, it's like workout park. And you keep walking forward. There's the rec center, the school, the basketball gym. You go over and it's like there's a huge tractor. There's a bigger park, more workout stuff, soccer fields, softball fields. Like, so there's a lot happening. And the one that happens with this tractor one is where I see the most the most action, as they say, because there's a lot of openings, a lot of different things going on. And it's one of those parts that has sticks too. So like, fuck, dude, anything can happen. They could fall down, stick in the eye, stick in the shoe. They got a splinter. They're bleeding. You don't know what's going on. Other kids, they're older. They're pushing each other. Kids just aren't as friendly because they know who they are and they're trying to just play with each other. And then when they see different, they just don't know. Every kid's got their own thing. Like, hey, you're not supposed to do that because mommy said da da da, or no, daddy said blah, whatever the fuck it is. So like, it's hard because when you get kids that play with other kids, you're like, oh, cool. Looks like they found a friend. But the parents, man, on the phone, not paying attention. We're at this park, and this kid, he just comes up from behind me and just hugs me from behind. And small kid, so it honestly felt like I just got bumped in the ass. I was like, the fuck is going on here? The kid's hugging me. I'm like, oh, hey. And John is kind of playing with the kid a little bit, but not enough to where it's like we're touching other people. Like if John Huck went up to another parent and grabbed to hug to be funny or whatever, I would be right there at the scene to be like, oh, hey, I'm so sorry, John Huck. Hey, come on, buddy. You can't just touch other people. Let's go. This kid just wraps around. He goes, up. And I go back to like, oh, hey, buddy. And the kid's like doing the like, so I'm like, Jesus Christ, the fact he get the kid off me. So I take his hands and I had to like break his hands. So I break his hands. And now in my mind, this is the shit going through my mind. First of all, I'm trying to make sure John Huck's good. I don't want to lose him because there's a bunch of people at the park. None of the parents are paying attention to their kids. They're on their phones doing God knows what. Last thing I need is my kid to get, be one of the kids that just gets snatched up or he gets hurt. I don't know why. And now kids are telling story, whatever. So in my head, I'm thinking, I don't want this kid on me. I don't know the kid. I don't want to have to touch the kid because then somebody's going to come up and be like, why are you touching this kid? And also waiting for a parent to come up and go, hey, Alexander, or whatever, hey, get off him, buddy. Oh, we're so sorry. Like a little back and hey, no problem. Because it's not a big deal. The kid grabbed me. I don't care. But what I'm worried about is the after. I break the hands. I look up. The parents aren't even fucking looking around. But if I happened to not be paying attention, I looked up and I saw like a adult grabbing my child's hands. Hey, what the fuck? I'd be like, whoa, what's happening? That's your first instinct. He came up and grabbed me from behind. I'd be like, oh, all right, cool. Hey, is that true, buddy? And we go through the thing. I mean, these people, they weren't even paying attention. And I'm not trying to say they're not nice. They just weren't paying attention. I could have done anything. I could have grabbed the kid. Anything can happen. The kid could have got hurt. He could have went over to the parents and said, oh, that guy pushed me down. He hurt me. And it's like, what the fuck? I didn't do any of that, So these things at the park are just, I don't know, man. It bothers me how people are. I just feel like you got to have your eye on the prize. You're paying attention to your kid. If other kids are now involved, you got to locate the other parent. Make sure you guys know our eyes are on our kids. So if something goes down, I got my kid, you got your kid. We're all in this together. We're all, we're not trying to get crazy. But this kid grabs me, man. I took him off. Hey, all right. Parents didn't even know. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I turned back around and they have this tractor that's like a bigger tractor that you can like kids jump up, they spin the wheel. There's an opening in there. Kids throw sticks in there. They can move it around, the whole deal. And see if I can find a picture of this if I can find it. And this guy, there's an opening and I walk over. Here's a tractor. Let's see if you guys can see this. So there's a tractor, pretty big. You can see the opening is where there's like an opening. Kids can jump in. They act like they're in it. So John Huck's going on the tractor. He's like, oh, I want to jump on. I look inside. It's a guy sleeping. Just laying down, knocked out. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, that's it. Wrap it up. We're getting out of here. I'm like, I ain't doing this shit where a fucking guy is just sleeping at a kid's park, and all the other parents are walking around like no big deal. Like, yeah, no big deal. They're not paying attention. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know why he's sleeping in the thing, why he's laying down. So I'm like, we gotta go. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This is how my brain thinks. We're out of here. I don't want him anywhere near here. Let's go. This guy's sleeping in the tractor. So I look up and I'm like, I can't believe this guy's in the tractor. Let's go. So we start to pack up. Turns out it's a dad of the kid. And the kid that he's the dad of, this kid's like 3 years old, 4 years old. This guy's laying in it, just taking a snooze while his kid's just running around. Has no clue if he's by the tractor on a slide, got hurt, got kidnapped, ran away, fell somewhere, just laying down. I just don't understand it. So I realized I had seen this guy earlier doing the motorbike going by and gave a little tap, little head nod of the cap. And it's like, all right, that's cool. And it turns out this is the guy sleeping in the thing. Not only that, there was another one where kids are trying to go down the slide. He's sitting on the bottom of the slide, like on his phone. This shit is just like, it's a slide for the kids. Get out of the way. Keep an eye on your son. If other kids are going down the slide, please let them go down the slide. You know, and I'm all for playing at the park as an adult if you are with your kid. I was driving by the other day, saw somebody on the swings, teenager, 20 years old, just woo, 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 woo. I'm all for being a kid, man, but the parks are for kids. Go do something else. This, by the way, these swings were tiny. This isn't like a huge park where it's like, all right, I get it. And if you are an adult that is doing this, when kids show up, it's time to go. Get up, pack your shit, and move out. It's another thing I see. People playing at the park and they're not kids. Beat it. It's a park for kids. And this isn't the first time I've seen somebody laying down. And this is where, like with the parents, I just don't get what we're doing. Because I was at a park with my son and his cousin, and a guy just showed up, fucking popped a squat on one of the things he lays down. He crossed his arms and just started sleeping. And I looked around, like looking for one of those things, like, you believe this shit? Like, what the fuck? And everyone was just like, hey. Like they didn't even notice. I was like, no, we're gone. Let's get out. So the things at the park are just, it's wild. Okay, positive side. Let's flip this here. The positive side. Met a lot of cool people at the park, and this is an interesting one, is I've gotten a lot of numbers at the park. Hey, is that your kid? Our kids seem to be playing. Let's get each other's numbers. Let us know the next time you're at the park. You're like, yeah, all right. And then you never connect anymore. So I got like people's contacts in the phone now. People's contacts in the phone of random people at the park. Like I'm labeling Scott, Blue Park, Greg, Green Slide, Gary, Yellow Park. Like it's just like hilarious because I haven't seen any of these people ever since. Never again. Kids are playing. I've never seen them ever again. So that's that's pretty funny actually. Sometimes Lacey asked me, it's like, how'd the park go? And I'll be like, she's like, you didn't get any numbers, did you? I'm like, no. It's like I'm kind of depressed. I didn't get any numbers. Like something's wrong, you know. Is it my hair? Is it what I'm wearing? Is it, you know, what's up, man? What is it? You know, trying to figure it out. Why am I not getting more numbers? But never see these people ever again. I got people on my phone now, and I've never even seen them since then. The other thing too, kind of bothers me is like the toys, bringing toys to the park. If there's sand, we could bring stuff to scoop the sand. But like bringing bikes, once you ride the bike, you set it there. You don't ride the bike in the park, in the jungle gym. I seen this one. Be at a park having a good time, kids jumping around. All of a sudden you look up and you see a fucking Tahoe, minivan, whatever it is, gargantuan monster truck SUV mom with 9 kids and her friends, and they just come fucking flying out. Kids are on bikes, scooters, and they're flying down the slides on the scooters, biking in, bunny hopping everywhere. And it's just like, parents don't come in. They just want to break. They're not like sitting in there being like, hey, watch out, watch out. Hey, no bikes until everyone leaves. There's other little kids around here. Nothing. Like nobody has a concern for anybody. So like, let's limit this. When you bring your toys to the park, let's limit it to what the park offers. If there's sand, bring the buckets and do the sand. But we're not bringing fucking balls. We're throwing balls off the top and they're hitting slides and they're knocking people in the head. Let's just get back to a civilized society here, parents. Bring your kid to the park, keep your eye on the kid. If other parents are there, you got to ID these people, get a look, get a gauge. Can I have my kid around these people? If people are sleeping at the park who are adults, this isn't a fucking lounge. Go find a tree or sleep in the grass. Go find a bench somewhere else. Go sleep somewhere. Go into your car. If you don't have a car, find a bench. You don't have a bench, find some grass. Whatever you do, just stay away from the kids, man. Parents, we got to be better at this. Okay? Have an idea of who's around your child when you're at the park. I know I do. And maybe I'm nuts. I don't know. Maybe there's too much happening up here, but I'd rather that than have it be like I just sit down and I'm making friends with an adult while my kid's playing. I don't know what he's doing. That's the other thing. Parents get to the park and they just want to relate to other parents. They're like, finally, I get a break. Oh, hey, you a fan of Did you watch the Super Bowl? Oh, hell of a game, huh? How about that? And you're like, where's your kid? Like, bro, I'm not trying to. Like, if you're at the park, watch your kid. I've seen 2 guys talking video games before. They didn't even know where their kids were. Oh, I didn't like the ending to Grand Theft Auto. Did you? Well, I don't know. Which ending did you do? Well, I chose when Michael did this. Yeah, but what about Last of Us? Oh, I can't wait for Last of Us to come out. Yeah, well, I didn't know. I was really upset when they Meanwhile, your kid's over here fighting, falling on his head, eating fucking stuff off the ground, razor blades. Who the hell knows what's at the park, man? Get the number. Talk to each other later. WhatsApp, text messages, Instagram. Figure it out later, guys. Let's just keep our eyes on the kids and our eye on the prize. One man, romance, desire. He had to fight to survive, and his only mortal enemy was Greg, the other dad at the park, who kept talking his ear off when he didn't want to. He said, hey, did you watch the Super Bowl? And I said, of fucking course I watched the Super Bowl, but I'm trying to watch my son. One dad, another dad, 2 more dads, parents on their cell phones. What did they do? Nobody knows. This summer in the blockbuster movie of the century, Nicky Mundo stars in Dad. This film has not yet been rated. All right, guys. See you later.